Okay. Good morning, everyone. I think this is live. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. And okay, we're live. Sorry for the delay, a couple of minutes. There's some technical issues, but here we are. So, welcome. Good morning. My name is Kathleen Dowd, and today is May 6th, 2020. If you're in the Seattle area, just a little note, today is Give Big Day. So if you have the ability to make a donation to one of the nonprofits in the area today, good morning, Maureen, today would be a great day to do that. There's lots of matching opportunities for that. So I just wanted to put in a little plug for your local nonprofits. And just as we're getting started here, if you're joining, please feel free to give a shout out in the morning or good morning, Valerie, in the comments and just say hello. We'll get started here in just a minute. I want to just make a note. Welcome, Jen. Today, I'll just say it. I need this meditation just as much as anybody today. I've had a little bit of a rough week and just feelings of lots of anxiety coming up for me personally. So I want everybody to know I do this for not just you all, but really for myself as well. So good morning, Kenny. So I just want to let you know and just let anybody know who's watching this either live or as a recording. If you're feeling anxiety or any amount of just heightened agitation right now, it's completely common and normal. And you're not alone. So please know that this is here to support you. I hope these videos are helpful. I'm going to keep doing them for a while. And if anyone has feedback, please let me know, or anything you'd like to see more of or what helps. So we'll go ahead and get started. Trust that you're in a comfortable seat. Take a moment and just let any wiggles out of the physical body so that you can find a seat or a position that feels grounding, that feels comfortable, where you could be for the next half an hour almost. And take a moment, if you can, just let your hands rest right on your lap and kind of feel the energy of your hands touching your legs. And take a moment and orient to the space around you. I really like to start the meditations this way. So before you close your eyes, if that's your preference, just let yourself kind of gaze around the room. See if the eyes can follow. And rather than the eyeballs kind of seeking and reaching forward, see if you can soften the eyeballs back in your head. And from that place, let the gaze wander. And see if you can avoid or resist the temptation to notice what needs to be cleaned in the room or what's bugging you, and simply just focus on your surroundings. Take a couple more moments here, just orienting to your space that could include behind you or down below, whatever feels, wherever your gaze travels really is what it's about. And notice just if this changes your breath at all, or if this practice influences your body at all. Just kind of be curious. Take another few moments settling in as you orient. And then gradually let your gaze come forward and back to a forward direction. And then from here, if you like to close the eyes, you can close them. And if you prefer to keep them open, that's fine too. You can simply let the eyelids soften and let your eyes soften. And just take a moment here and let's take a few slower, deeper breaths together. So let these breaths not be forced. Let them simply invite a sense of deepening, and we'll do that together. So just take a deeper breath in and a full breath out. And again, a deep breath in and a full breath out. And one more like that. And then let's do one together where the exhale is through the mouth if it wasn't before. Breath in and exhale. And take a few breaths on your own that are a little slower and deeper. And again, let that be an invitation to the breath rather than a forcing. And just be curious and see what you can notice as you draw awareness and pay attention to your breathing. How does it shift to the breath when you do that? And just notice if there's any other changes that you observe in your physical body or in your energetic body as you focus awareness on your breathing. We'll take a few more moments of just awareness on the breath. And then I'd like to invite a practice of lengthening the exhale. And so I'm just going to start guiding it. And if we like, we can add a count in a few moments. But for now, just let your breath come organically and the practice feel organic. As you inhale for a certain amount. And then as you exhale, let that exhale feel longer. I'm going to follow my hand if your eyes are open. If not, just follow your own intuition. Deep breath in. And then a slightly longer exhale. One more like that, and then we'll add a count. Breath in. And then a slow breath out. And then let's begin a count, and knowing that everybody has a different capacity for breath, so if the count feels different or off for you, feel free to make it your own. And so let's just start with an inhale of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll lengthen that a little bit. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue this for a few moments on your own pace. See if the exhale could perhaps be up to 2, maybe even 3 counts longer than the exhale. So feel free to count if you like. And finding your own pace with what feels right for your breath today. I want to give about just under a minute here for that practice in silence. Two more times like this. And then allow your breathing to go back to its involuntary pace. And just take a moment and see what you observe in your body. See what you observe when the breath does return. Do you feel a sort of settling? Do you feel a shift in the breath? And just be curious if this is a tool that works for you for grounding. So different tools will work differently for everybody. And so just notice if you felt a sense of settling in the body with that lengthened exhale. And see what's true for you. And then take another deep breath in and a full breath out. And I'll invite you, keep the eyes closed if they're closed, or you can open to see. Just grab your arms with each hand. So grab the lower parts of your arms and gently start to squeeze and move the hands up the arms. So the arms are crossed over and you're just slowly getting a little tight squeeze all the way up to the shoulders. And then as you work your way back down. And so make this process as slow as feels comfortable for you. You might actually like to just hold and squeeze for a few breaths and stay in one shape or one position, and then continue. Notice if one of the parts of your arms feels a little bit more grounding or supportive for you than others. I often know that when I get to about midway up towards my shoulders, I just feel like pausing here and breathing and holding a gentle squeeze of myself and my arms here. For me, feels very grounding. And sometimes I can just notice a shift in my breath as I stay here. So see if that's true for you or how the practice lands on you. You might prefer more rhythmic, slightly rapid or more rapid pulsing, or you might prefer a slow, gentle pulsing. So just kind of see, trying out different ones, what feels right. Really connect with and feel that connection with your body. You can switch the cross of your arms if you like. We'll do this for just a bit more. And approach this with an air of curiosity. And again, feel free if you found a space that feels, or place in the arms that feels nurturing, just to hold it. We'll take about another 30 seconds to just be with this practice, either moving or simply holding. You might pay attention to your breath if you have found a place where you're holding especially, and you have extra capacity for that. Let's take 3 more slow breaths with this practice. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. Full breath out. And one more. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. As you feel ready, you can release your arms back to your lap, or if you really, really touch in and like this practice, you're welcome to stay holding that. And then again, just take a moment and pause and see what you observe. The way that we know if a tool or a practice is useful for us is by observing what happens when we practice that. So take a moment here and reflect inward and just pause to be with your own body and your own breath for a moment. And one more slow, deep breath here. And exhale through the mouth. And then I want to go through one more practice here. We did this a couple times in the very beginning when we started these grounding meditations, which has been several weeks now, a couple months almost. So I invite you to pay attention to your hips on the seat below you, whatever that is, a chair or the floor. And at the base of the spine, in between the hips, is where the first chakra is. And just as you draw your awareness and tension to the hips or the base of the pelvic floor, you can just find yourself tapping into the connection to that first chakra. And this first chakra is about safety and security and survival. And oftentimes when we're feeling anxious or ungrounded, this chakra can be wide open. And we might not know that if we're not tuned into our energetic being, but it's very present for us and it's very much a part of ourselves. And so what I'm going to invite you to do now is imagine that you're bringing this chakra to about 10% open. And if you have no idea what that looks like or feels like or even means, don't worry about it. Set the intention for yourself. Set your intention that you're having that first chakra be open just 10%, right there at the base of the hips and the base of the pelvic floor in between the hips. Set your intention to bring it to 10%. Notice how that feels. That shift might not happen just like that. It might take a little bit of time. It might take a few breaths. But continue with that intention. And again, as I've mentioned before, I'm working the energy of the group here as well. And so I can rely on that energetic support as well. Just start to feel yourself grounding into this slightly dialed down opening for the first chakra. When this is wide open, our system is constantly scanning for what's wrong or what might happen or the next threat. And that keeps us in this heightened state of anxiety without even knowing it. So this can be actually, when you get to master this tool, can be one of the quickest ways to just drop down and ground and feel calmer. And so I really want to just encourage you to sit with it for a few minutes and play with this. So I'll invite 1 minute of silence here where you just work on intending and feeling that first chakra down at 10%. So 1 minute here in silence. And then take another breath or two with this focus and see what you observe. Again, check in with yourself. Be curious how this is feeling, how this is landing. If this energy work is new to you, you might not feel much of a shift right away, and that's fine. Know that with practice that it can become a lot more powerful and a lot more easily able to connect. And just notice how you feel with this practice for a couple more breaths. And sometimes the way to actually tune into the power or the potential of a practice, especially like a grounding practice, is to do the opposite. So while we have our awareness here on the first chakra, I'll invite you to intend that it goes open to 90% or more. And just imagine maybe you feel it opening, maybe you see some mental opening, or just whatever that looks like for you. Just imagine that it's getting bigger and bigger and just opening wider. And notice what you feel in your body. Notice what you feel in your state, your whole state of being, how it shifts with the breath. And again, it could just be as simple as an intention to open wide. See what you feel when you do that, when you intend or allow that first chakra to open wide open. We'll just stay for a couple more breaths as you sit with the practice and notice it. And if you're noticing any shifts, that heightened anxiety or heightened agitation, or just kind of feeling a little bit now more energetically amped up, that's your cue and understanding of the power then of this chakra. And so let's go ahead and dial it back down, intending it to go back to 10%, or maybe you visualize that, or maybe you just sense that, and allowing yourself to feel the actual closing back down to about 10% open of this chakra. And again, giving yourself a little bit of extra time, if this is a new practice, to actually dial it back down. Yeah, there we go. Can feel that for the group starting to calm back down. So then again, observe what you notice. How do you feel in your body or with the breath, with this intention to dial this down? Does this feel like a useful tool, or one that you're able to make useful for yourself? And you can know that if you do feel a sense of settling in the body, or you do notice a calming of the breath when you do this. So take a few more moments here of just being with and sitting with this first chakra dialed down to 10% and setting that as your intention. Let's take 3 slow breaths with this awareness here. Breath out. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. And 1 more. And then let the awareness expand beyond your first chakra, so you can soften your attention in that area. And just allow yourself to sort of return to a neutral, normal space, allowing the breath to feel natural, allowing yourself to simply be present for a few moments with your entire self at all levels of the body, physical, the energy body that surrounds you, and your breath. And take a moment and just notice what spontaneously arises. Is there a deep breath that comes in, or do you want to extend the exhale? Or does something else happen? Just be curious what happens in your body with this. And then take 2 more slow breaths like that. Deep breath in. Full breath out. 1 more. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. And then either with your eyes open or closed, just let your palms start to touch and squeeze your legs. Whether you're seated in a chair or whether you're cross-legged, just let your hands start to gently squeeze up and down your thighs. And you can actually put a little pressure down, just gently pushing down into the legs. And then you can actually start to just slide them from the hips out to the knees a couple times with gentle pressure down the hips, down the thighs to the knees. 2 more times like that. Just feeling some downward energy through the hands, and then let the hands rest wherever they're comfortable in your lap. If the eyes are closed, you can go ahead and open them. And then again, start to orient to the room. Try to let the eyeballs stay soft in the head and just look around your room, guiding with the eyeballs. Let the head follow. See what you notice and really allow yourself to take in that you are observing this room in a new way. So that practice, whatever it was like for you, shifted you. And so somehow you're seeing things in a new way, perhaps through new eyes. And notice how that feels for you. And take just another moment of orienting, and again, be curious if this shifts anything now for your breath or your state, your being. And then gradually over the next couple breaths, again, bring your awareness back towards the front so you're looking forward. Take a slow, deep breath in and a long, deep breath out. And then one more just like that with an exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in and exhale. If you want to stay in meditation, you're welcome to continue past this video. I'm going to go ahead and conclude the guided part now. If anyone has any questions or comments or anything you'd like to add, please feel free to type it in the chat. I will let you know that the online anxiety series that I'm going to be doing, it's starting a couple weeks later than I planned for some logistical reasons, but that starts in a week from Monday. And part of the work we'll be doing will be learning to work more closely with the energy system, including what we did today, but beyond that. So that if that felt resonant for you, you might want to consider that. Please feel free to give me a call if you'd like more information about that, or send an email. And also, if you know anybody who could benefit from this type of work, who might be feeling little heightened anxiety or agitation right now, please share the link. It's on my website, KathleenDowd.com. And I've added a few different levels of participation, tiered participation. So if the full level of participation feels like too much, there's different ways you can participate and still gain access to all the tools that we'll be learning and practicing. So thank you all for being here. I'm not seeing any questions, so I will go ahead and conclude this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and that you have a grounded day. All right, take care.